Man, we're 3 minutes early today. How are you doing? Again, how are you doing after already asking how you're doing?
Good.
So you said it's raining and the weather's crazy. You're just saying you're in LA, right?
Yeah, well, it stopped, but it rained all through Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, wow. Yeah, here it's just getting really ridiculously cold. And I was sick for like 2 weeks. And I thought it was, you know what? And then I found out it was just the flu. But the flu
Yeah.
like knocked me out for like 2 weeks. It was crazy. I've never
Oh,
had the flu ever in my life. So, yeah, it was pretty
really?
brutal.
Go ahead.
Hey, no yawning. I was doing the same thing this morning. I was like, like I need to stop yawning. I need to stop. I can't be tired.
It's so windy out there. It making me tired. It's like howling.
Oh, really? Do you get that
Yeah.
feeling too? Like when it's like dark outside and you're just like, you just like start feeling lazy and lazy.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
You know what I do to counteract that? I have these studio lights, right? So if I want to get work done, I literally just crank these full blast so it feels like the sun's in my room. And it actually works. It keeps me awake. Like right now, this is like shining in my face. It used to bother me, but now I'm like, oh, it makes me feel like more alive, I guess.
Oh, good idea. I can see that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
just take the studio lights, just blast them in your face. You're good to go.
You're like,
Uh, well, for anybody that doesn't know, this is Margarita from Edge of Paradise. Would you like to tell everyone a little about the band? As you guys can see, the banner, you guys have a song coming out or it's about to come out. It says pre-save on here.
I didn't know we went live.
Oh, you didn't know we were live? I'm sorry. By the way, we're live. Didn't you
Well,
find it weird when I was like saying all the stuff again?
yeah, I guess so. That's how I'm like,
Is this guy crazy?
well, hello, everybody. I am wide awake.
She's not really tired. That was a lie, right? Yeah, everyone saw you yawn and everything.
Oh, God. Well, thanks a lot.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, I'm Margarita. I'm the singer of Edge of Paradise. We are an industrial cinematic heavy metal rock band. Um, we just released our new album, The Unknown, a few months ago. And now we put out, we don't really do a lot of covers, but recently we released a cover of one of my favorite songs, of like one of my all-time favorite songs, probably. I Love Rain Over Me, originally by The Who. First
Oh,
I heard that,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, first I heard that song was, I was actually listening, I wanted to see Queen
Yeah.
at the live concert. So I was watching it, the recording of it. I was in the live when it was actually happening, which I could see that live. It would have been amazing. But I was watching a recording of it just, to see Freddie Mercury's performance. And then I saw The Who doing the song, and I never really heard of them before. It was many, many years ago. And
Mm,
I just heard them doing the song, and I just thought the singer was out of this world amazing. I don't know, I just loved the whole
amazing.
power behind it. So since then, I always loved the song.
Yeah. So is that cover out now?
Yeah,
Or
it's out now.
wow, we're gonna have to check that out. That's awesome. Let me we're gonna turn off this night bot. I don't know what's going on. I have this auto thing on here and it's like timing out people on its own and I have no clue why. Oh shit, I can do it right here. Sweet. Remove moderator. There we go. Sorry, Slefana, you got blocked there for a second. But that is awesome. And this song right here is not out yet, right? Is Love Rain Over Me?
No, well, that's the cover that I was just talking about.
Oh, duh. I'm stupid. Sorry.
Wait, wake up.
I need to wake up. I need to wake up. I'm over here talking crap about you being sleepy. I'm all like,
Yeah, so that's the cover. It came out a few weeks ago. Um, yeah, so check it out. Let's
Yeah,
listen to it.
that'd be awesome. Well, we'll check that out right now. What was I gonna say? So this is all. Did he, and then you had another new music video, right? Or is that this one also? That was the
It's
one that you guys
this
did. All right.
you saw we coming out in February. It's for one of our singles, Believe. Yeah, and that one we filmed with Nigel Dick, and he did the original Welcome to the Jungle video. So
Oh, that's
it was,
crazy.
yeah.
And then
So yeah, that one came out in February.
nice. And then you said you were just mentioning before we went live. You did. Is this the one you filmed by yourself?
Yeah, I did this video myself.
That is awesome. This is on the Edge of Paradise YouTube, right? Because I noticed some of your songs are on. I think it's your label, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually this is also on the label's website.
Which is Frontiers Music, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, here it is. No, I've heard of the Who, but I'm not recognizing the name of the song for some reason. I'm really bad with names, though. I'm sure I know it, but
Yeah, it's not one of their most popular songs. Like a lot of people heard it, but it's not like, one that everybody knows. So
gotcha. All right, let's check it out. If
that's
this
good.
were, I keep hitting the wrong keyboard.
Mhm.
I'm still waking up. All right. Okay, so we're checking out your version of the Who, and it's called "Love Reign Over Me." Let's do
Mhm.
this. Okay, so now that I'm aware of this, so there's an instrument you played, right? Did you play it in this song? Is that magnetic thing that you do where you're like, is that in here?
No, it's not in this song. We use that one in our album. But no, this song, it's mostly piano and keyboards that I did. But
Yeah, I hear the
the
keyboards.
theremin we used, I was talking about it in some of our earlier videos. I think I just did a video kind of
Mhm.
behind the song Leaving Earth, and that's when I mentioned theremin. So it's like
Ah,
that, yeah.
it's because the sounds almost were similar to that because I was watching you mess with it on your channel, and I was like, that is interesting. And then like I'm hearing this, I'm like, is that it? I was like, is that it or not? Is that the Theremin?
Kind of says, the keyboard, the theremin was pretty much an inspiration for the keyboard to
Really?
synthesize. Yeah. So it has that similar sound, but theremin has a very unique sound. It's
Yeah.
very haunting. That's why I like it. It's
Yeah.
very hand sounding. So,
So how long did it take you to edit this video?
2 days. Quite. I was
That's
just sitting all day editing it.
oh,
It
so
took a while.
okay, yeah, that's how it normally goes. I mean, yesterday I was editing for 8 hours, and that was only on a reaction video. It was crazy. Um, it says we detected copyright. Hopefully, this doesn't get taken down, but I'll keep trying to play it. But if we get,
It
huh?
it's just, yeah, it won't. It says that because the song belongs to front, it's
Oh, okay,
copyrighted.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yes.
So the mix of this is a combination of Howard Benson and Joe Ricard. So they kind of work together to mix this one.
It seems like you have this similar sound that you always have in your songs too, and I really like that in the chorus when you start getting in those high notes, those double vocals with those like
Yeah.
it's like kind of like these pitched up harmonies that sound really good. I really dig that a lot. That's the one thing I really love about your songs. Like you have like this unique vocal editing too that you don't really hear that much in like hard rock kind of music that I know of.
Yeah, the layer.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I layer a lot of high harmonies on top, and then they kind of put them in the background, so it creates that
Yeah.
wide sound. Because we kind of know what we like. We like sort of this wide sonic
Yeah.
wall.
Yes. It sounds like a sonic wall. It fits the music though, cause like your whole thing, like with going on to adventures, this journey through like space and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that vibe. I love how everything's just consistent with that. By the way, it looks really good.
Oh,
How did you come up with it? Like, did you have this in your mind, or are you just trying out different things on the music video just to see what you wanted to do?
well, so here's a bit of a secret. We
Okay,
wanted to do a full-on music
we won't
video,
tell anyone.
and yeah. And since we already did a lot of music videos and they're not very cheap, uh,
Yeah,
our label partners, they're like, well, let's put out the song first. And I don't know, me personally, I don't want to put a single out without any visual element to it. So in a very short period of time, I had to figure out what to, create visually to
yeah.
accompany the song. And since it's not like, it's a simple video in a sense, but that's why I made it into a lyric video. So, the footage is not like ideal, right? And
Ah,
then the imagery, like for example, at the beginning of the video, you see like this, throughout the video, you see this sort of broken down world in the ocean
yeah.
because the song, the song is part of the Who's concept album.
Hmm.
And in the song, the character pretty much decides not to take his own life. So it's a pretty deep song.
Yeah.
So video, I wanted to have that sort of broken world to convey that broken feeling inside. And as the video progresses, you see at the end there's going to be like a city that's complete. So it's kind of like you find that redemption, or you find that second, hope, and uh, another, want to for life,
Ah.
so I show that in the video a little bit. And yeah, and then playing around with it, I don't know, I like the color red. I
Yeah.
figured the song has a lot of passion in it, and red just kind of
Oh,
fits
so do you
the
like the
vibe.
new studio then? The new red
Yeah.
studio? I think the last time was the blue one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I really, I didn't even, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize I was watching a lyric video. I was more just
Oh,
like getting sucked into the song, watching like the visuals and stuff, and I love how you did it. So is this just footage from something else that you ended up using?
no, I filmed it with my iPhone. Don't tell
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah. Hey, this is an iPhone, and you're on an iPhone too, right? Right now?
Yeah, so me and Dave went to the beach, filmed each other. And then I found the guitarist, then Jamie also, and then actually our bassist, his girlfriend has a real camera, so he had her Boston Schultz, and he lucked out. She actually filmed him with a real camera and sent me the footage. So
So, which one was easier to work with? Your footage or his?
it doesn't matter. I
It
mean,
doesn't
these
matter.
days, like, pretty good. Like as long as you get a good angle. That's why I kind of put that filter so you don't really see, the quality. It's kind of like works all as one. So it's
Yeah.
more about the
Yeah,
um
exactly. I know, like Hector and I, the one that helps us with our music videos, we always talk about that. It's always like having a consistent coloring throughout the entire video. That's probably the most trickiest when you start switching cameras.
yeah.
And the thing I love about iPhone though is like it's already set, ready to go. Like right now, you're seeing us, right? This is like mine. There's just no filters on this. This is just how it is. I just go in there, put on my settings, and it kind of just like auto goes with whatever I have set up. And I'm like, and I have this nice, awesome camera back here that I never touch, and it's apparently way better than this, but there's a lot of work involved to get it set up. Because I like doing the editing process more so. The filming part is like, it's fun,
I
but getting the angles and stuff. But I love doing the editing afterwards for those videos.
really like, making videos, and even some of the music videos I edited them just because like I like other people filming it and kind of working together
Yeah.
on that and the ideas, but the editing part I don't know, I like doing it myself. Like it's not easy. It takes a lot of patience and sometimes I want to smash the computer. But you kind
Same.
of have your head, since it's your project, or it's your thing, you're gonna spend more time than anybody really
Yeah.
to kind of, maybe not, but I obsess over it a little bit too much, maybe.
Yeah, I think people listening right now know how like I am too. I'm the same way. I'm very obsessive. Even if it's just a reaction video, I probably edit them more than I should, you know? But that's very daunting. I'd rather edit music videos because they're so much more fun and you can be creative. Sometimes if I go too creative in a reaction video, it kind of like defeats the purpose. So like I try to behave myself with reaction videos and kind of keep it like
Yeah.
good editing, like a healthy balance, but it's hard to do that, you know. So,
Yeah, no.
but this is sounding awesome. And I have not heard this song. Maybe I have. I have to listen to the original. I would have thought this was an original. And I listened to the Who, so like I'm surprised I haven't heard this song because I do remember that concept album. I'm gonna have to. It's been a while since I listened to it, but I have to check it. Sorry, I gotta say again. I really love it when you do that with your vocals. I really do. I can't believe you can sing that high. It's so up a lot, right? You definitely
Yeah,
did. Yeah. Which I appreciate that a lot. I love it when artists put their whole spin on it like that. And that sounded really good. We just reacted to a band called The Warning, and they did Metallica Enter Sandman. Check that song out. It is it's so good. The way that they did it. It was kind of like what you did here. Just completely did your own thing with it and still made it an awesome song. It sounded really good.
cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is there any fun little facts about this video you want people to know?
More. Yeah. I don't know. I think I disclosed a lot.
You're like, I said too much. Damn it.
Yeah.
I was kidding. That was awesome. So I like to do this for to break the ice a little, get to know you, rapid fire. So when I edit later, I like to do this fun interview style with it. So I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, wrong computer. And then my worst nightmare is that I go look at this and everything is gone.
Yeah, it's on files. Got it.
So it starts off really easy. Okay, they're just simple one word answers. What is your favorite food?
Sushi.
Sushi. Awesome. Who is your favorite singer?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Like right now, who's your favorite singer right now? At this moment, you know how it always changes for us. We always like different things depending.
Is it really? Oh, let's go with Robert Plant. I've been into Zeppelin lately.
Awesome. That's a awesome choice. Where is your favorite place to write lyrics?
Probably the only place I actually write lyrics is at my studio where I'm working on a song. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that like goes to like Starbucks or something and just sits and writes lyrics. I can't do that. I need to write lyrics as I'm writing melody on my keyboard. Although the very first song I wrote with Dave, I wrote it at Starbucks in a dream.
Is that why you mentioned Starbucks?
Yeah. But I love going to like random coffee shops and just working on my computer. But I usually work like to edit videos or just like some graphic stuff for the band. But making songs, I have to be at my keyboard at the studio and just dark at night and just really think about it.
Oh, that's awesome. One sec. Have you heard or listened to Japanese music?
Well, I know baby metal.
I would say you played in Japan, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, we know some Japanese bands, and they have it's really cool about Japan is like you go to any all those bands, like they're really amazing musicians, like they're virtuosos, a lot of them, and it's just really cool to see them play because when we were in Japan, we had some local bands opening.
Do you remember their names?
Um, it's I can't remember them right now. It was a few
No
years
worries, no worries.
names. You put me on the spot, but I could go back and look and kind of send you to check them out.
Yeah, for
But
sure. I would love to.
and it's so funny because they all look really young, so I thought they were like 16, but they were in their 30s. So,
Yeah, that's
but they're
typically how it goes. I was talking about Baby Metal and Sue. I was reacting to an older video of hers. I'm like, I can't tell if this is early days or later on because she looks the same in the span of
yeah.
10 years. So, um, so what is your favorite looking spaceship from a movie you've seen?
Well, I really like the Royal Starship, I think it's called, the from Star Wars,
Okay, hell
the
yeah.
chrome one. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really sleek.
That's a nice spaceship.
Yeah.
Would you say yours is comparable? The spaceship you guys ride around in is it comparable to that?
Ours is like way bigger
Oh,
and
yours is
more
way
shiny.
bigger. We'll explain that in a second. Everyone was probably like, "What? What are you guys talking about?" What is your favorite film? Like, what is your favorite film that inspires like your editing and stuff like that, or art?
I have a lot of favorite films. I would have to say I love The Fountain. It's probably one of my favorite movies.
I have not
It's
seen that
there.
movie.
Yeah, it's with Wolverine guy. What's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is in it, and Rachel Weisz. Amazing movie. It's very long. Like I think a lot of people don't know about it because when it came out, some of the reviews were like, "Oh, it's really long and it's hard to follow just because it goes through different timelines." But it's like one of those movies where like it really sticks with you, and you every time you watch it, you see something new. So I love that one. I also like I love movies like Interstellar, Inception. Yeah, movies like that.
I'm gonna have to watch that. So it's called The Fountain. I'm
Yeah.
definitely have to check that out. Um, what what is your favorite song to sing right now?
Well, a few months ago was Love Rain. That's why I picked it.
Yeah, yeah. Is it still that?
Yeah, I mean, I love singing that one. I'm working on a new song. It's becoming, every time you work on something, it's like,
It always it like turns
yeah,
into your favorite, right? Until you have to record it, and then after you record it 100 times, you're like, I don't want to hear this song for like a good few days.
exactly. But I also, I always liked Welcome to the Jungle. It's so fun to sing.
Can you sing us a line right now?
No.
I tried. I was like, let's see if she'll do some acapella. You guys should cover "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses. Huh?
Yeah, I wanted to hear you say that. We're gonna do a really dark industrial version of that.
Really?
Very,
That's
pretty weird.
awesome.
It's
I
really
can
cool.
I cannot wait to hear that. That's gonna be great.
It might hate from all the diehard Welcome to the Jungle fans. Like, you can't touch that song. But you only live once, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, who cares, honestly? Like, the way I look at it, people are going to respect it. Like, I'm worried about releasing my System of Down cover, and I already know people are gonna be like, that's weird. But I'm like, whatever. You're releasing anyways.
yeah.
But, oh man, keep losing my train of thought today. I don't know what's going on. What is your favorite artist, band, or group that you're listening to right now?
Well, I like Ramstein, Nine Inch Nails. Um, yeah, like I've been on this industrial kick lately.
Ah,
So discovered recently this band from the 90s, Gravity Kills.
Gravity
I really
Kills.
like that enough. Yeah.
Nice. I love a lot of industrial metal, especially Nine Inch Nails. I haven't listened to them in a very long time. Trying to think of some. I love a lot of '90s music. My biggest favorite thing is like grunge. I love the grunge era of the '90s. But um,
I love Garbage. Garbage is awesome. Shirley Mantle.
Oh man, I haven't heard that name mentioned in a long time. In a long time. Have you ever listened to a Dicodec original?
What do you mean original?
One of our songs. Have you ever listened to one of our songs?
Oh, you mean like the original, like I don't know the name. Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
When you first when we first talked months ago, I like stalked your YouTube. Listen,
That's awesome. Keep stalking our
wondering,
YouTube.
what is
um,
your inspiration?
what
Like
is what?
what is your inspiration? Like what bands inspired you?
Oh man, there's there's so many. There's so many. I don't even know where to start. Like, all I can say is what I've been listening to now. I don't know why. I've always had an obsession with listening to Jimi Hendrix and The Doors, and I started doing that again. So I've been like going back to what I used to listen to when I was a teenager, like stuff that I used to listen to while I sleep. So that's what I've been listening to a lot lately. And
Hmm.
but it's such a wide range. And then I'm huge fan of like Eddie Vedder, Chris Cornell,
Yeah.
those them as vocalists, and the music, of course, Stone Temple Pilots, all that stuff. So I listen to those. So it's like I have so many things I like. Like I love punk. So, but inspirational, honestly, is doing the reactions on the channel. It's kind of just been it kind of like makes me want to play. Normally when I watch people play, I it's good and bad. Like I love watching people play, but at the same time I don't like watching people play because then I'm like all I can think about is me wanting to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so hard like obviously to be like why am I not playing?
Oh,
um
you're an artist. You want to do that, so it's
yeah.
understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes like with the video editing too, like it can kind of be a drag sometimes like when I'm like for instance this week I haven't played since Sunday. And I'm like so I'm starting to feel like this is going to sound crazy, but I feel the withdrawals, you know, like it's like I really need to play. I need to do something, you know, so it's been crazy. But yeah. But honestly, the thing that's been inspiring me most is learning vocals. I've started learning how to sing about 3 years ago, and I just been really hyper focused on that. So I've been revisiting all the singers I've loved over the years, and then trying to do covers of them, and trying to push myself to put out covers, and hopefully do sing my vocals on my own original music. Because what I have been doing lately is I normally have guest vocalists come on, or I'll do backups underneath. So a lot of the songs we released now, I wrote the lyrics and melodies for it, and then a singer would sing them.
Mm.
And so it's been fun going back to my old songs, relearning originals that technically I wrote but never sung them. I had someone else did, like in our EP. It's Kevin Congus, great vocalist, really good vocalist. Did an awesome job. But it's been fun to see the progress of like, oh shit, now I can sing it and play it at the same time. So it's like I've been really working on that. So that's the thing that's been inspiring me most is just working on vocals. So hearing people like yourself, who is amazing, I'm like, I wish one day to be able to sing really well, you know? So, because it's been a struggle learning for sure. Like stuff that I thought I should have known, I didn't know. And the first year was god awful. I went back and listened to a cover I released like a year ago, and I'm like, this is horrible. So, hopefully, this new one sounds better to people.
Oh, I think everybody goes through that. Like, you know, if I listened to myself 10 years ago, I mean, we took down our first album, and people, you know, like, where can I get Mask? Or like, no, don't get Mask.
Oh, I took down our first album also.
I mean, it's cool because it's the history, you know, but yeah, because, you know, I'm not from this. Like, I grew up playing piano, so that was my thing. So the first album, that was pretty much me learning how to sing and just kind of figuring out what this rock.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You want to hear something funny? You were talking about how you were writing melodies with the piano. Well, I learned how to sing while learning piano at the same time because when I was first learning, I had problems hitting pitches for some reason. So I had to go through the scales every day, pitch by pitch, because my pitch was horrible. So this singing course thing I was taking or whatever, just to figure out exercises. They're like, don't be surprised if you sound like crap if your pitch is not good. So I had to keep filming myself, filming. I'm like, oh my God, pitch is horrible. So I spent a good year just perfecting hitting pitches immediately with my voice, which that's probably been the biggest improvement over then. And now it's like trying to find the tone and like make and using all the different little exercises, or make sure you use vibrato, not too much, use it here. So it sucks because I hate learning the technique parts, but it's needed to convey certain emotions. And I'm like, oh, I need it to sound soft here, but still have the thickness. And because this is just part of the story I need to tell, I can do that easily with guitar, no problem. But vocals is like on guitar, I don't even have to think about it. Like I'm just like, I know what to do when I'm angry or happy, sad or whatever. Like I know what to play. But anyways, going back to that, it was interesting hearing you talk about the melodies, because I write my melodies on guitar. They almost sound like a solo. So most of the songs that I sing, I can just play it as a lead on the guitar and do it. So it's very similar. And then when I got the piano, I do the same thing. But
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I hear melodies in my head, but I still, yeah, I like to, I guess that's where, some people, they write lyrics first. For me, it's probably melody inspiring the lyrics,
yeah.
usually.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Slavana, thank you so much. I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know why I keep going brain dead today. I'm sorry. It's like one of those days.
Fire the questions at me.
That was it for those questions. But anyways, I want to ask you about your journey through Japan. How did that happen? How did it go? I know you talked about it a little bit before on Twitch when we went live, but yeah, tell us your experience, like going on stage, playing. Where did you play? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, we were really lucky to head to Japan. Promoter Yutaka, he was so kind and welcoming. Japanese people are just so welcoming, and he brought us over there, and we played in Yokohama and Tokyo, and we were there for a week, and every day he took us to see Japan and all aspects of Japan. From like, we went to a Buddha temple and they blessed the band, went to a bamboo forest, went to the tallest building in Japan, and like it's like one of the fastest elevators in the world. We went to see the giant Buddha, like we had the private tea ceremony, and just like all the restaurants where they like you sit on the floor and they serve you like 5 courses and everything's raw.
Speaking of
just
speaking of the private tea ceremony, I have this clip right here, ready to go. I was wondering if you're gonna mention that. I was like, because I was watching the video. So this is what she's talking about, the private tea ceremony.
No, that's actually the Buddhist temple.
Oh, that's the Buddhist temple? Oh, you mentioned tea in the beginning, so I was like, I thought it was. Oh, here's the tea ceremony.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought it was the same place. My bad.
No, I think that is the Buddhist ceremony. So at the beginning they serve you tea and stuff, but there's another video ceremony where there's women up in kimonos, and they have like the tea itself, the kettle is in the ground. So you sit on the floor, they get it out of the ground, and they do the matcha thing, and then you have to like bow to each other when you drink it, and it's so cool. Yeah, I think because I put out 5 videos, because it was just so much things we saw, so every day I was filming it. So the one you were playing now was at the Buddhist temple. That was when they were blessing. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And were you guys like headlining when you were over there, or was there another you were?
Yeah, we were, one show we were headlining, another show we were co-headlining with a band. Her name is Yuki, and the guitar guitarist, and they're an instrumental band, and they were really amazing. So
Was
yeah.
that the name of the instrumental band?
Well, it's I'll send it to you because it's
Okay.
like in Japanese, hard to remember.
Yeah, there was a is I was wondering, there's a instrumental band, I can't think of the name either, that we reacted to, so I was interested, like I wonder if it's the same band that we did, but I can't remember the name to save my life. I'm sure someone in chat will possibly know.
Yeah.
So let me pull this up. I think it might be on here. So that what was the name of the instrument with the waves or that you're doing?
Theremin.
A theremin. So how did you discover that? Like when how did that come about? Like how were you like, I'm gonna use this for a
Yeah.
song?
Well, I knew about theremin. I don't know, I randomly seen videos because people play, it's an old instrument, and you see like on YouTube, like people play really elaborate pieces, a lot of classical pieces. I could never do that because like it's just another level of, because you basically have to play with air,
Yeah.
because it's electromagnetic field, and one hand guides the pitch, and then one hand guides also the pitch, but then you have the volume, so it's very hard to navigate it. Like it took me a few days to just figure out how to hold the notes steady, because one like tiny movement, it like the sound changes, so it's very delicate. But when I was recording vocals with Howard, he had a theremin, and I'm like, is that a theremin? And he was like, oh yeah, I never used this thing. So he just gave it to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna put this on.
So
Yeah. Oh,
if you have your hand like this, for those that are listening, like you take your right hand, right? If you go up, like does it get higher, or like is there like a spectrum or like different pitches as you're moving?
the one hand goes high, and then one hand goes from side to side. So this is like the notes, and this is the octaves, because you can go really high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this kind of dictates what um, register you're in, and then this is like your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all that stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the key of the song, right? So if like, does it go by
Yeah, and
keys or is it just notes?
it's just notes, because you can only play one note at a time. You can't
Yeah.
do more.
Oh my God, that sounds so difficult. Just trying
Yeah,
to imagine it like, oh, okay. And then this, what was this? This one just like goes in different sounds
this is
or
octaves actually. So
octaves?
your register. Well, actually, it's both, because if you go a little higher, it goes too higher, but it also controls your volume. So the
Oh,
closer you are, the louder it is. The further you are, the softer it is. So yeah, a lot going on.
that's so cool. I'd love to like just get one. Mess with that on stream. That'd be interesting. See how
Mhm.
that would go. So, how many songs have you played that instrument on?
Um, two of ours, and then one band called Standstills that Neil produces. They asked me to do um, like a small section, so I did a little bit for them.
Oh, nice. Would you
Yeah,
do a small section for one of our songs?
yeah,
That'd
of
be
course.
awesome. Um, so I love your art, by the way. It's
Thank
so amazing. Were you able to bring some art or show
you.
off
Yeah,
some art for people? Because it is really awesome stuff, guys. Make sure you go check out their channel. It should be popping up in the chat here and there. And you can go check out because you display it. Like I love how you have videos where you talk about the specific art that you're using, that you're doing, and then you kind of explain the story of the song, and I love it how you do that with the videos, by the way. That's so cool. And then you show
uh,
parts of you painting and stuff like that. It's really amazing.
thank you. Yeah, like the song, the video that's coming out in February, the song "Believe." It's very story-driven song, so I painted a piece for the story. So it kind of in the video, you will see the art as it takes you through the story of the song. So I made 5 different paintings for that. But today I just brought besides the paintings, I make these pyramids, and you might have seen them in the music videos.
Yep.
Um, so this is like the unknown. We had that in the unknown and also in false idols. But these are the resin pyramids I make.
I know. I keep meaning to get one. I want to buy one so I could have one right here. It looks so cool. I love the colors.
Yeah. There, and then because I don't have any paintings with me. I'm not in my house, but and then I have these. They're kind of like resin coasters. I just have to mail this today, so that's why I had this with me.
Oh,
So
okay.
they kind of, yeah, these have lyrics inside, so people, it's like a coaster, you know, people can use them for whatever. But yeah, it has lyrics, and our pick is inside. But yeah, these are pretty cool because you can use them as your night light.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's a little fun. But yeah, the paintings, I've painted so many now.
By the way, I was gonna say, by the way, she custom makes these when you guys order them, right? I have that correct. Like, so when they order, she makes it. So the one you're getting is unique to you, which is insane. Yeah. I have no clue how you keep up with that. I don't know.
Well, it's hard to all the same because every time you pour the resin, and then they always turn out differently. And then I can custom make, like, if some people want different color or they want specific lyrics inside, or whatever they want, I can custom make it. So it's kind of fun.
That is awesome. Yeah, because if you guys have a chance, go check it out. You have all your art like everywhere, like on her Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. I don't know if I'm missing anyone.
No, you're right.
Yeah. But you know what I was noticing? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying, if you go to the website, Edge of Paradise Band, there's a tab where it says Margarita's art, or our merch store, edgeofparadisestore.com. You can see the art there as well.
Awesome. We'll post that in the chat for you. Yeah, they're very cool. I think Shell, if he's still here, he actually got some merch from you guys. He showed it off in our Discord. It's pretty cool. Thanks again, Shell, for doing that.
Thanks.
Yeah, really, like, how long does it take you to do that? To do the pyramid?
Well, I can make like one a day, but actually
it takes all day.
A few days. No, not like all day, but like it takes. Well, the thing with it is because you have to mix the resin and it's liquid. Then you pour it. Then you, like, for example, like, you pour it and then you do the stuff inside. So I have to kind of plan out what I'm doing, like whether it's lyrics. This one actually has a stone. It has amethyst in it inside. So
that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a purple red one from you.
Yeah. But then I have to wait a whole day for it to harden. And then I put light in. I stick the light on top. And then I pour it again to get the light inside. And then, like, you can twist this, and that's how it turns on. But then you can untwist it and change the battery. But the light is inside. That's why I have to do it like in 2 tries. So, the light is inside and it doesn't like sink to the bottom. So it takes a few, it's not too easy, but it's not too hard.
Well, maybe one day you'll find a producer or like a manufacturer that can do it. Because the cool thing is you made it yourself. So you know how you like want it, right? But at the same time, it's unique because you're making it for that person. So I think that's special.
I make them. Yeah. I guess if some, robot makes them.
Yeah. It's not the same, right? I don't know how you keep up with it. How backed up are you with making those?
I don't know. Actually, I caught up recently, but I have like 2 or 3 that I have to make that people probably waited. I tried to get them out within a week to people, 1 to 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's okay. When we order shirts from Japan, it takes 2 months. So, I mean, like, everyone here is used to waiting a long, excessive period of time. Just kidding. So that's fast. 2 weeks is like, woo! It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. These days.
I was noticing, are those Yamaha speakers behind you on the stand?
Yeah.
I have that
Yeah.
exact speaker. I
Pretty
just
good.
saw them like those are the exact speakers I use to mix. I have one.
Oh,
I was like, I think those are the same ones. What? I'm just curious. I just see like all the shelvings and stuff behind you. Is that where you like do art and stuff, or
they're more like storage
just storage?
stuff, but a lot of art, like paint and stuff is in there. Yeah, but I usually paint on the floor.
You know, you paint on the floor. Hey, that's comfortable though, because like I don't know, I feel like you could change multiple positions. Because when you're sitting on a chair for a while, it's uh, like when when I edit,
Yeah.
I have to edit here. Like I'll edit here at this computer, and then I'll take my laptop downstairs and edit, and then I'll go to somewhere else and edit. Like I have to change places, otherwise I get fall asleep. um, so what is your? Well, I forgot what I was gonna ask that already, but what spaceship are you guys in now? Because I think you were talking about in the latest video. Like, did you change one? Is that what you were saying? I can't remember.
No, well, you know why we got a spaceship? Because years ago we had an RV and we had like 5 tire blowouts. So after that, we decided to upgrade to a spaceship. That way
That's
we can
smart.
reach more planets. Oh,
That's smart. I mean that's the way to go. Like,
yeah.
yeah. After that happening a few times, you just like go ahead and just get around. It's a lot easier. I have a
I mean,
question though. When you're flying around, have you had any issues with like the aerospace? Like, you ever get any calls in like they're saying, "What the hell, guys? Why are you flying in a no-fly zone?"
well, our spaceship has invisible shield technology, so
Mm.
nobody sees us coming.
What inspired you to do that? Like to do this whole story?
Honestly, it wasn't me. It was some, you know, like people online. I mean, because we released an album that's called Universe, and we did have this theme, right? But then
Mhm.
people online like, get your spaceship over here for some show. So we just went with it, and yeah, I mean, hey, I grew up on Star Trek. I always loved Star Wars.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that was always my thing. I love this universe, fascinated by all, you know, anything to do with the universe.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I love all that stuff. So it's just kind of grew into this thing, and now everything has, something of that, if universe or the unknown or whatever. Like the next song I'm working on is called Another Life. Then we have one called The Reign of Terror, and
Yeah.
it's about a planet that exists in the universe. And the reason it's referred to as Reign of Terror, it's actually, I don't know if it's rains or something like that. Well, our song is going to be called The Reign of Terror. But on the planet, it rains shards of glass sideways because it's always in a hurricane. I mean, the wind is so intense on the planet, and it rains shards of glass. So imagine that. Imagine being on that planet.
Yeah, that I don't know about that. So what planet
Yeah.
are you going to next?
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully, planet Earth to play some shows.
Anybody who just came in on this conversation in the middle of that is probably like, what the hell are they talking about? We had talked about in the last interview, but it'd be cool to talk about this again. How did the band start? Where are you guys all from? WB mentioned this comment. Um, he said, don't know the band, but they were asking if you're Russian or if you're from South Russia. And so I was like, oh,
Uh,
that's a good segue to you talking about where you guys are from and stuff like that.
yeah, sorry, just dropped you. I am actually, you're right. I speak Russian. I lived in Moscow till I was 11. Then my family moved to Houston, Texas. Then I went to New York. Yeah, New York. And then I moved to LA. And when I moved to LA, I met Dave Bates. And Dave is originally from Connecticut. But when we met, he had a band, and his singer, Robin McCauley, went on tour with Survivor. And he was like, that's, we both wanted to create something and kind of take it all the way. That's how we started the band. And we had quite a few members through the years, just because, like, Dave and I, we focus entirely on this band. And as the band grows, the commitment has to grow as well. And that's why some of the members had to change. And now we have Jamie Moreno. He's an amazing drummer. He's from Colombia. We have David Ruiz. He's actually from LA, but he of Mexican origin. Then we have Justin Blair. He's from Wisconsin. So that's our crew right there.
That's awesome.
But we started in 2011, and the first few years just you kind of learn about each other and like what sound you want to create and stuff like that. So I think from us, like, our first real album came out in 2015, our EP that we recorded with Michael Wagner. So I look at it as we really started in 2015.
Oh wow, yeah, that's awesome. Well, we started around the same time. That's really cool. So were you born and raised in Russia?
I was actually born in Armenia, and then when I was 3, Soviet Union fell apart. That's why we moved to Moscow. It was, my dad moved the family. Yeah, and then when I was 11, my dad is a scientist, so he had a job offer in Houston, Texas, and moved his family to.
How do you end up with a job offer to go to another country? Like, how does that even happen?
Yeah, right. Well, he's a scientist, and some of the.
He must be really good.
Yeah, my dad is really good. Genius. I'm the odd one out, but yeah, I'm a scientist of sound.
Whoa! You're making spaceships. I think you got a lot of genius for that.
Yeah.
Can you read Russian?
Yeah, I can read and write Russian. Yeah, I went to school there.
We have some Russian comments in here. We have quite a bit of fans that speak Russian. Svetlana, she's... I don't know what that says, so you can translate for us.
It's saying that today you are especially kind and, like, nice, because I guess I am your guest today.
Svetlana, she always gets... we always talk on Messenger, but we translate back and forth. This is awesome. So you can read the Russian comments that I have in here.
Yes,
Wait.
I can read them all. I can translate.
What did she say?
So that you let someone go free. I don't know what that.
I don't know what she's talking about, but I feel bad because she's helping me with some stuff with, like, Twitter and stuff, and we're going back and forth. I'm like, I have no clue how to use Twitter that well, so she helps me post and stuff on there. WBB was saying, a lot of scientists moved to Western countries after the SU collapsed.
Yeah, there was not a lot of support for research. So my dad, when we were actually in Moscow, my dad worked, he had a computer store, electronics store. So he put together computers. So he wasn't, pursuing his field of study. That's why he wanted to, back then you could win a green card, and my mom actually won it, but we decided not to go like that. Like, we had a life in Moscow, and like I had a great life in Moscow. I didn't want to go. So we decided not to go because, like when you live there, like you have a life there, and moving to a whole country, you start from zero. But when, like, a year later, my dad got this job offer, we were like, I guess it's meant to be.
Yeah.
So we moved.
So when you came over here, you were 11? Did I get that right?
I moved to Houston, and it was a big shock to me because it was so different.
What was the biggest difference when you moved here?
Well, that people didn't walk anywhere. You had to have a car. Like in Moscow, you walk everywhere. Like it's a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
You walk to school, then you go to a museum, you go to theater. Like you do stuff every day.
Yeah.
In Houston, you have to have a car. Then to go somewhere, you have to plan. And you can't just like go on the street and there's a museum right there. Like let's walk in. There's a show. go walk in and check it out, you know? It's completely different lifestyle. And like I want, you know, I was in music school. Like, for example, here we don't really have like a music school. Like we have a school, but over there you have like your regular school, and then you go to a music school where you have to take exams, and it's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I was in music school, ballet school, and regular school, and
That's so
everything was
awesome.
like really intense in a way. And
Yeah.
and I don't know what's right, because like it's stressful, especially on a kid too, because you have like all these exams and performances, and you get graded, and you can get kicked out, and it's like the competition is crazy and intense. So I don't know,
A
like
part of
here
me,
it's like, you know, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, part of me wishes I was in a music school like that. That's like one of I. Not that I have not that I have regrets. I try not to have any at all. But I really wish I studied. I wish I ended up in some music school sooner. I wish somebody recognized like, hey, this is not working for this kid. Let's put him in music, because like it was something that was more like I was doing, but there was no direction. Right. I have a feeling if I was in a strict environment where it was like hammered music, I think I would have loved it in general. But
Yeah, and yeah, it's in a way important, because I feel like the difference here is nobody really forces you to do any. I mean, I'm not saying like force in a bad
yeah,
way, but you kind of have to recognize. And when you're a kid, you don't necessarily have that willpower to recognize what you're good at even,
mm,
and just push yourself
yeah.
so you can excel. Like over there, I feel like maybe they push too much, but at least like you get that push, and then when you're older, you can either continue or do something
Yeah.
else. But
Well, like what
yeah.
I remember, I wanted to play guitar forever, and I was 12 years old, and we were pretty broke. I couldn't get an instrument, but I've always like I got sick of listening to music at one point. It's hilarious. Like I love music and listen to it, and I was really into the lyrics a lot. That's the thing I paid attention to the most. From like the punk bands I grew up on, like Green Day and stuff like that, when they weren't even big. And a lot and the grunge bands, I love the lyrics, and I was like, damn, I really want to play guitar, because I love when I remember seeing Slash play, and I was just like, I want to make my guitar. Since in my head I was like, I'll never be a singer, so I can sing through the guitar. That's what I told myself. I'm gonna make my fingers sing through the guitar. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. So it took me like 4 years. We'd get like $1 for lunch every day. So 4 years I saved up $1 every day, and I bought my first guitar, which is right here.
Wow,
Yep,
that's super cool.
I still have it.
That
Of course, it didn't have these pickups or anything. This was seven
Yeah.
hundred dollars back then. It's HR Geiger guitar, and it took me forever to get it. And oh my god, I played the shit out of this guitar. but it's because my I saved up for it, because I had gotten a first act guitar after that. So the first guitar was first act, and then I got this one afterwards. So I guess mixed up the storyline a little bit. But I it, my mom didn't want me to get a guitar, because she's like, you're not going to take it serious. That's what they kept saying. They're like, you're not going to take it serious. You're not going to take it serious. I played that guitar until the machines on the back of the guitar fell off. I was holding it
Wow.
together with toothpicks. And then I did something I regret. I smashed that guitar on concrete, because I wanted to see how it feels to break a guitar. I was like,
No, really?
and then I instantly got sad. Like even thinking about it, I get teary eyed. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Like it's one of the biggest regrets. So that's technically my first guitar. This one's afterwards, but
Wow.
I yeah. Even now, I'm like, oh, why did I do that? I'm so stupid. I was a kid. I was 16. Uh, but yeah.
Yeah, I never smashed the piano before.
Don't do it.
But
It
it'll be
hurts. It seemed fun at the time. I was like, because all the bands I watched, like Nirvana, the punk band, like, oh, and I'm like, then I realized how much I love my guitar, which sounds ridiculous. I know it's just an object, but it's like, I really, it was like my release. Like I said, if I go a certain amount of time without playing, I start going, I can't think straight. Like maybe that's what's happening today, since it's been like 4 days. Is like I have to play. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Plus, it's expensive to smash things.
yeah, it is. Luckily, that wasn't the most expensive guitar, but it was. I bought it from Toys R Us. Have you heard of Toys R Us? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's First Act. Now First Act's a legit guitar company. They actually have a lot of guitars going, but I'm like, oh. But yeah, so that's the story of that. But anyway, my point was like I wish I started younger. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I want to been into it younger. Like you said, you don't know. Maybe if I was forced to do it, maybe I wouldn't want to do it. Because definitely back then, if you try to force me to do anything, I pretty much gave you the
Yeah.
middle finger and moved on.
Yeah. So.
You changed scenery.
Yeah, my phone was dying, so I had to grab a charger.
Oh, I love the fireplace behind you.
Yeah.
Is it real fire or fake fire?
It's real fire.
It's real fire. Are you sure? Can you have real fireplaces in LA?
Yeah.
That's awesome. But so you came to Houston and it was just getting used to having the car. There's some places here that are like that too. Like here, like right now, I don't have to drive anywhere. I can walk outside, everything's there. But it's only for food. There's not really much activities around. Is your phone dying again?
No, I just have to shut this door.
Hey, are we getting a tour of your house?
No.
No? just by default. By default, we're getting a tour of your house. So when you came over here, did you keep studying piano? Like was that still something that you did throughout school?
Yeah, I kept studying it. We actually had a Russian teacher. And then, but then, I kind of, my focus shifted. I went more into like musical theater direction. I went to high school for theater. And then when I went to New York, I minored in music and then I majored in theater. So I kind of switched gears and went into, that's why when we started the band, like I really missed music because music became more of a back burner for me. But then when we started the band, I really remembered how much I missed music and how much I loved making music because I never really made music before. It was just playing piano, like classical pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then having like the theater background as well, like, with music videos and just kind of the vision of the band. Like I got to sort of use everything I liked and, put it into the band. So that's why I'm really happy to do this because I get to do everything that I loved throughout, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That is awesome. So you mentioned earlier the music videos. How do you guys go about doing the music videos? Because you were saying they're quite expensive, which I know. I have no clue how I keep mine. I think the most expensive I've ever paid for it, you're probably gonna laugh. It's like $1,200, but that's because I do a lot of it myself, and I have only like one other guy I hire. But.
Yeah.
But how do you guys plan those out? Do you guys get together as a team and plan out your music videos and then kind of go from there?
Sometimes like lately, like I've planned the recent ones, like I have an idea, sort of have a plan in my head. Then the first two, like The Unknown and Digital Paradise, we had Scott Hansen direct them. Mm-hmm. And I gave him my ideas and then he sort of brought them to life. So those were expensive because we had a whole crew. I mean, the music video is like, around 10,000. It's like
how
normal.
Is it to have a whole crew? Like, how does that feel? Like, I'm just curious.
I mean, I think it's really cool because you have all these people that are creating with you. So I like that feeling. I mean, it's hard to do it often just because it's so expensive, but I think it's cool because you have everybody that is really good at their thing, like someone who's doing the lighting, someone who's doing the, holding the camera and working the camera. Then you have, people helping, and then you have Scott, like he was directing to make sure each shot is good, and you have the cinematographer to make sure each shot looks good. And just, it's cool because they are taking your idea and adding to the vision, adding their expertise to sort of elevate it to a new level. So that's cool like that. Now, when, like, for example, on False Idols, we rocked with Robin August, who's also like, he directs videos like Scott, but I told Robin, I'm like, hey, Robin, I want to do this more like DIY, just because we just filmed 2 big videos. And so he directed it, but he sort of let me tell him really what my vision was. And his partner, Patrick, you know, who worked the camera, but then they gave me the footage to edit.
Yeah.
So I was kind of more in control in that regard.
So what I was going to say was like, to me it's so fascinating because with today's technology, right? So you went from like this $10,000 plus video to that, but I just watched that video. We all just watched that video, and it was just as good, like as maybe as much as the more expensive. It may not feel like it, right? It may not feel like it, but as a person just like watching, I'm like, that's entertaining. Loved the visuals. Loved how you guys put the lyrics. Loved how you put the lyrics in there and all that stuff. So that's where I'm like, I always try to tell bands, like, think outside the box. How can you do it yourself? What can you do? And you got to be picky, like you said. You got to have be a little bit obsessive, like with your art, to kind of get it, because you can make it work. If you're obsessed, like I said, I've been mixing on these 2 Yamaha speakers, and I can get pretty close to professional sounding mixes, you know, with just this. But a lot of people think you have to have this grandiose, like, big studio and like this fake one behind me. You know what I mean? So it's fascinating. That's why I asked that question, because I was always, because honestly, I watched that video, it looked really good, and your other ones look really good too, but I wouldn't be able to tell the budget difference. Me knowing the inside stuff, of course, you know it's going to be more, but in all, it's like, I think it's good to have that balance, you know. It helps it be more motivating for bands that are just starting up, that like, hey, like this part of the conversation, I think it's really good for them to hear. But like, hey, look, you did this video. Somebody helped you a little bit with filming. You can get your friends involved and stuff, and you can do some cool stuff. What happened?
No, you're right. You're right. Just...
What happened? Did somebody come in? They don't want to say hi to you too? Oh, here, I have some more Russian if you want to read. Where did it go? I don't know what she said. Here it is. What did she say? There's a laugh emoji. I'm scared.
She likes the atmosphere of the interview, but she got blocked again.
She got blocked? No, she shouldn't be getting blocked. Let me know if they're getting blocked. It's because I just set up this YouTube thing where to puts the auto like comments, like it's showing your website link to and then mine. But I think sometimes the auto mods, I need to fix that. I took off one of them because one of them was blocking every single thing. So hopefully they're not still getting blocked. Let me know if you guys are getting blocked. Oh, she wrote another comment. Let's see what she said.
Oh, she says, the house is pretty. Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody's wondering if in the background, if that was your sister.
Yes, it's actually my boyfriend's daughter. So.
Oh. That's awesome. But anyways, back to the music video thing that we were talking about. So what are your thoughts on that? On the whole thing?
You mean
like doing the video or having the budget to do it, or for bands just starting off?
Like, you have to just create, no matter if you have a budget or not, no budget, because it's more like, especially these days, you can get so creative and create something really cool, and nobody will know what you're gonna, if you had a crazy budget to do it or not. As long as it's, these days, like, people, and that's sometimes also a little bit disheartening to me, because I'm like, well, we're spending all this money to create this like really high, like and like video or just whatever it may be. But these days, I feel like people move on so quickly. And as long as it's cool and grabs your attention, makes you feel something, I think it's good. So, I mean, yeah, of course, like that's why with the album, I wanted to have at least one or two videos that are really um, up there, you know?
Yeah.
And then the rest, as long as they're cool, I just wanted to have some visual elements to it to make people get a sense of the world that's kind of in my head that I see when we make the music.
Mm.
So, yeah, I think as long as you sort of put a little bit of your soul in it and just be creative and yeah, try to make it as good as you can, but with what you have, I think these days you can really create something great just with an iPhone.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. I
mhm.
mean, that's why I like to tell everyone. Like, they're like, "Oh, what are you using on this?" I'm like, "This is just an iPhone. It's sitting right there. Put it on airplane
Yeah.
mode, and figured out how to hook that up to the computer, then go from there." Um, of course, I was running a studio, so that's why I have like some of the higher end mics and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that was my business. But you start from somewhere. Like, recorded on a GarageBand when I first started, and I use a SM58, which is a vocal microphone for like everything.
Mhm.
I used it for the guitars, for the vocals, for the drums. But is there anything that you want to tell everybody out here about your guys' music, what's coming next, what you guys are doing next?
Yeah, well, if you haven't checked out our latest album, The Unknown, please check it out. Follow us on Spotify, Edge of Paradise. Right now, we're actually releasing a radio edit of The Unknown. It's
What's
a
the
bit of a
radio
different
edit?
version, yeah, but at the end, it has a hint of a new song that's coming out later this year. So we're working on new music. We have a music video coming out for one of the singles, Believe,
Hmm.
in February. We have another cover song coming out.
Is that the Guns N'
And
Roses one?
we're working on that one. Yeah,
Okay.
that one by Smashing Pumpkins called Disarm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, we're doing that, and oh, we have an acoustic version of Digital Paradise, which is also a video. It's gonna come out in February, probably around my birthday,
Oh,
mid-February, Feb
well, happy
15th,
birthday
sorry.
ahead of time if we don't talk.
Thank,
But you should definitely
thank.
come on again when your video releases.
Yeah, that'd be awesome because it's an acoustic one, yeah, for Digital Paradise. But yeah, that's some of the new stuff we have going on, and hopefully we'll announce tour dates soon. It's still kind of weird out there. It's hard to because everybody's touring now in US and in Europe. Things are still a little bit,
Yeah.
on the restrictions end of things. So we're just hoping to get back out there by the summer. So fingers
Um,
crossed.
could we check out your Edge of Paradise Alone acoustic? You do have that up.
Yeah.
What that is that off? Which album is that off of?
It's off of the last one, Universe.
And before I keep going, how much time do you have left? I'm sorry if I'm going too long.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
I actually have too much time left, but
Okay.
we can have a little bit more.
Okay, we'll do
Yeah.
this song and then we'll end it.
Crazy day.
I always forget to ask because sometimes these go on for like 2 hours. Normally 2 or 3. But we'll do this song.
Oh,
And
wow.
we'll do this song, and then we'll end it. Here I got another comment. In Russian. This is perfect.
She's out of the block. She can talk to us now.
She's out of the block. Oh, she must have got timed out. That's so weird. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Svetlana. I did take it off earlier, so I wonder if it happened again with Stream Elements. I'll figure it out later. But let's check out this acoustic song. I'm excited because I haven't heard this one yet. And
Well, let's do.
all right, so this is Edge of Paradise Alone acoustic. This, by the way, sounds really good. That's really cool that you did
Thank
an acoustic version. I can't wait to hear more. And you said you're doing, which was the other song that you're doing acoustic recently?
Digital Paradise.
Digital Paradise. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the name. Sounds really good. I like the breathiness that you put in your voice. And like I said, and again,
Oh,
whoever mixed it did it. Who mixed it again? This one, or is it a
this
different
one,
person?
Jacob Hansen. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job. I love how anybody that mixes your voice does the similar same style. Like they keep it very consistent. So I thought this was going to be more of a live acoustic, actually. That's what I was thinking it was. Are you guys going to do an acoustic song? Like acoustic album, I mean?
I don't know. Maybe.
If you get enough of them
Maybe. Yeah.
together.
Dave doesn't really like to play acoustic guitar. I have to convince him.
Oh, really? I'll play acoustic.
Yeah.
I'll play acoustic for you if you need me to do an acoustic.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love playing acoustic. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think from the previous album, on Immortal Waltz, I had some.
You have
Yeah.
some?
Yeah.
Awesome. I gotta check it out. Me want to improvise on guitar right now. I really like it a lot. Like I just had like solo ideas going through my head during some of the parts where we weren't saying. I'm like, oh my god, I hear a lead right here. I hear a lead right here. Like
Yeah, it's fun. I always like to make acoustic versions.
yeah.
Different sound. Yeah.
It's definitely fun to do because then you can rewrite the riffs too, like
Hmm.
for I do an acoustic song of our song Tongue Dried Out, and I wrote a
Hmm.
whole extra verse for it. I don't know why. I was just like it's just different vibe. So like I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I can add these extra lyrics to this and add another verse.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right, well, it was fun having you. I really appreciate you coming on. This is a blast.
It's always fun to talk to you. Yeah, this was always fun. Looking forward to next time.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
thank you for your listeners. Yeah, thank you guys for, tuning in and for checking out our music. I appreciate it.
Make sure you guys check out her the link that was showing up on the chat and the merch store. She makes all that merch herself. She does write the music, right? You write most of the music and lyrics and stuff like that. And make sure if you guys missed any of it, the VOD will be up later this week. I just got to make sure that one song doesn't take it down. I'll probably individually take it out and I'll put it up for you. And then go from there. You got time for one question? WB has a question
Yeah.
for you. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he says, she likely listens to some Russian Armenian music still. Do you listen to that still?
Yeah, there's some really cool Russian bands. Yeah, some Armenian